Today on Judge Mom.
We have what appears to be two wonderful families suing each other.
They conspired against us.
They're a disgrace to youth baseball. He was creating private coaching for kids that belonged to his friends. He was actually giving grandma's positions to kids that even deserved them, including his son. His son is a good fielder, but he's kind of dumb, to be honest to you.
We don't refer to children as dumb.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
If you referred to my children as dumb, I promise you wouldn't be standing there.
From the beginning, there was an understanding that my husband was being hired to take the team to a championship no matter what. I will call the parents and I will tell them, hey, you want your child to play. Maybe you should take your child to a different team.
You are unbelievable bullies.
It's super shameful that I'm listening to you guys bickering, all the while the only ones getting affected here are your kids.
Court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Sandy presiding. Your Honor, this case is Gonzalez versus Moore.
Thank you, Bailiff Delgado. Mr. and Mrs. Gonzalez, you're here today suing Mr. and Mrs. Moore for defamation of character and wrongful termination. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
That is correct, Your Honor.
And Mr. and Mrs. Moore, it is your position that you owe the Gonzalez family nothing, and you are here to prove it to me today. Is that correct?
Yes,
Yes,
Your
Your
Honor.
Honor.
Okay, Delgado, we have a full courtroom today, so let's try not to speak over each other. Allow everyone to say why they're here so we clearly understand what's happened, that we have what appears to be two wonderful families suing each other. Mr. Gonzalez, you have the floor. Tell me why you are here.
Thank you, Your Honor. I am here asking for $15,000 in damages for wrongful termination, breach of contract, and for emotional distress.
Not only that, Your Honor, they conspired against us. They embarrassed our family in the city, and we had to move to another county just to find work.
Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Moore, can you tell me what your position is? You've heard what Mr. and Mrs. Gonzalez have to say.
Yes, Your Honor. We owe Laurie and Kevin absolutely nothing. These two individuals that you see here are toxic completely, who brought shame into the ballpark bandits' name. They're a disgrace to youth baseball. We didn't fire them; they fired themselves. We didn't harass them. We didn't actually bully your son. And you think we have the capacity to kick you out of town? Come on, give me a break.
All
We have nothing
right,
to
well,
say. We have nothing to pay.
I'm not sure how the relationship started, but I surely can see how it ended. Can you tell me, Mr. Gonzalez, how this relationship started, please?
Certainly, Your Honor. Approximately about 5 years ago, okay, we met this what appeared to be wonderful couple at a baseball park. Since I am a coach, and I've been coaching for over 15 years now, once we moved into this community, we decided to go out to the ballpark. And we met them, and we spoke, we exchanged information. Well, happens to be that he is the sponsor of a Little League, the Ballpark Bandits. And he asked me, being that I am a coach, by the way, I'm a good coach because of the record I have, he asked me if I wanted to coach him.
And you agreed.
And what do you think I said? I said yes. I was excited.
Perfect. So far, so good, right? Mr. Moore hires Mr. Gonzalez to coach the team.
Correct.
I mean,
Okay.
when we met,
And the
What
following
about
season,
Mr. Gonzalez made you hire him?
when we met Kevin, actually, he seems like our savior, to be honest with you. He seems like a very nice guy. He spoke to us about his coaching experience. Obviously, we thought he was a perfect person that fit the bill of what we were looking for. Actually, he conned us into believing that he was a perfect person for the job. Actually, our motto
But-
says, play with integrity,
Why-
win with pride, and we obviously take things seriously.
Why do you say he conned you? He's a baseball coach. You're saying that your team logo is based on integrity and pride, and he's telling me he's got a long career of integrity and pride in coaching children of this age,
Certainly.
and a wonderful record where apparently he has a lot of wins. I can tell you, as a soccer mom who's had 3 boys in team sports and in soccer, that's what you want. You want a coach that can take you to a championship, who can coach your children in the proper manner, develop your children. What happened?
Your Honor, the first season when we met Kevin, he seems like I was saying, he seems like the perfect person. The kids loved him. Everyone loved him. I do have to admit that we went from 0 to 20 to 16 and 4, and then winning championships back to
Unbelievable.
back.
Pretty good.
But the second season, to be honest with you, we started seeing that he was losing passion for the baseball. For baseball, we asked him, and he said everything was perfectly fine, but parents were complaining constantly that he was having the kids in the field for a long period of time, and he wasn't treating them correctly.
I want to hear from Mr. Gonzalez. Is this true, Mr. Gonzalez? What's your version? Because you're saying that you were fired, you were asked to leave this team, but all I've heard from you was you were hired, Mr. and Mrs. Moore put all their trust and confidence, as did the other parents. So what happened once you started coaching?
Your Honor, they were filled with problems. They
were horrible.
Horrible.
Okay,
They
but
were
what kind? Let's not. They're kids. Let's not call them horrible. What kinds of problems are we talking about?
They never won a single game ever. They had no discipline.
zero
It was a
to
disaster.
20. Your Honor, zero means they never won anything. To 16 victories.
Wonderful. You're an
Please.
amazing coach. Speaks volumes about your talent, Mr.
Thank you.
Gonzalez.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Well, tell him about the specialties that you had. He was creating private coaching for kids that belonged to his friends. He was actually giving grandma's positions to kids that even deserved them, to be honest with you, including his son. His son is a good fielder. I'm not saying he's not. But he's kind of dumb, to be honest to you.
Yes, he's not
and he
dumb.
wanted to play
You better
second base.
respect my son.
Wait. We don't
respect my
we
son.
don't refer to children as dumb.
I'm sorry, Your Honor.
You have a child.
I do.
Would you
I'm
like
sorry.
somebody to refer to your child as dumb?
No, I'm
If you
sorry.
referred to my children as dumb, I promise you wouldn't be standing there. He bought a bat
have
that
the
is
evidence. I brought them
illegal,
in.
that would put these children at risk.
Yes, he's a cheater.
Yes, he's a cheater.
Mr. Gonzalez, don't sit here and laugh. Did you not know that this was an illegal bat?
There's no such thing.
You
as-
don't
It's
put
just
minor
a
children
bat.
at risk.
It was a bat.
Let's look at the evidence and I'll make the determination. You have a child.
I do.
Would you
I'm
like
sorry.
somebody to refer to your child as dumb?
No, I'm
If you
sorry.
referred to my children as dumb, I promise you wouldn't be standing there.
That's the
My
people
apologies.
we're dealing with, Your Honor.
But he had him placed as second base. And
Okay,
he
but
didn't
there's
even
nothing
deserve it.
wrong with private coaching. My kids went to private coaching all the time. Some
Exactly.
parents want to pay
And we
for
did
it.
it for
Other
free.
parents
So you're
don't
welcome.
want to pay for
You're
it.
welcome.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You're
but
welcome.
tell him about that
time.
you're a liar. He's a
They
liar.
needed it.
Time.
He,
They needed it.
Preferential treatment.
the worst part about this is that he
Our
brought.
son was the best player.
A great
Minor
player.
Statistics
Do we
speak, Your
all
Honor.
not
No,
think
no, no.
our sons are the
Statistics
best
speak.
players?
Not
Come on.
because it's our son, Your Honor, but because the numbers don't
The numbers
lie.
don't lie.
But tell him about the bad experience.
Bat.
In little leagues, there's standards for bats that could be used.
Okay.
And he went online and he found a bat that was disqualified, that was banned from the leagues, that was considered too hot to handle for the kids because it was too strong.
What is too hot to handle?
It's too strong
Explain
for
this
their
to
age.
me.
They don't even know.
They don't even know.
To hold, and it
strong.
hits the ball out of the field.
It's
Okay.
illegal.
It's illegal to have it.
So it's illegal. Your league has determined that this bat is illegal
Yes.
because
Too strong
it-
for them.
Too strong for
It
them.
could hurt them.
And the officials became aware and they questioned him and he
Yeah.
denied it completely. I have sufficient evidence that he bought it online and I actually brought it in.
He's a cheater.
You have evidence that he bought a bat
I have
that
the
is
evidence. I brought them in.
illegal,
Yes.
that would put these children at risk.
Yes, he's a cheater.
Yes, he's a cheater.
Mr. Gonzalez, don't sit here and laugh.
There's no such thing.
You
as-
don't
it's
put
just
minor
a bat.
children at risk.
It was a bat. We
Yes.
just,
Okay,
I don't
let's
even know
look
what
at
they're
the
talking
evidence.
about.
Let's look at the evidence and I'll make the determination. Let's look at the evidence, Bailiff Delgado. Oh, very
1,025 for
rare
kids.
Quite pricey.
2018 Marucci bat.
Yeah.
That is banned from the leagues.
$1,025? That's
a
pretty
great-
steep.
it's a
And I
great bat.
complain about soccer shoes, but
Oh.
that's really steep.
Passionate about baseball, Your Honor.
Okay. Nowhere does it say, Mr. Moore,
It's
Mrs.
completely
Moore,
banned if you check
nowhere
online.
does this state on this advertisement that it's an illegal bat.
Well, but if you check online, you could see, especially with his 15 years of experience, he knows that bat is banned from the leagues.
So, Mr. Gonzalez, can you answer me with all of your experience in baseball,
Correct.
according to you, because you're the one who testified that you're a wonderful, amazing, marvelous coach, and I'm going to take your word for it.
It is.
Did you not know that this was an illegal bat?
I did not know, Your Honor.
You didn't
There
know?
was no way for me to know.
We almost got
could you not
disqualified.
How do they even know?
Your Honor, we
They
almost
don't
got
even know how to
disqualified.
direct a kid to first base. How do they know it's
public
a
knowledge.
illegal bats?
It was
It makes no
advertised as
sense.
bat.
So if I do my research, am I going to find that this is an illegal bat?
Yes.
Yes.
Well, now that you know that it's illegal, perhaps you will because you will look at certain
So you were
Yes.
trying to
things.
slide
There you
it
go.
in.
There you go.
Buying
It was
something.
Slithering, sliding.
And you know how much
Look
we
at that one.
invest as owner of the team? Between $25,000 to $45,000
And
out
that's
of
the
our
money
pocket.
you've invested in this
Yes.
team.
Out of our pocket, between $25,000 to $45,000,
Wow.
plus the
Hefty
sponsor
bill.
money, which comes to around $200,000 per year.
So it's safe to say that this is really your business.
This is my business.
how you make a living.
Yes.
Yeah, we almost had to refinance our house.
Thanks to the Gonzalez,
Well,
because they would not spend that money.
thanks to the Gonzalez, they almost had to refinance their house. That's not a good thing for you,
No,
Mr.
thanks to
Gonzalez.
the Gonzalez,
You would say
we
that.
got them to championships.
Cheater, liar, that's what you are.
That's what I'm talking about.
You excluded all the other kids.
What do you
and they didn't
mean?
wanna
Wait,
come
wait,
play
wait.
with us.
That's a really important point. Because now we're talking about kids.
Correct.
I really, when there's kids involved, what you do is important, but what happens to the kids is even more important. So can you explain to me, Miss Moore, what you're
Thank you so much.
talking about?
These two people are horrible. She put herself as the queen bee of all the moms on the team.
Wait,
wouldn't
wait.
even
She
let us
was
do anything.
the team mom, is what you're trying to tell me?
Yes, she was a team mom, but she excluded all of us from any plans of anything whatsoever. And if Mr. Kevin over here didn't like a player, he wouldn't even let them play and practically forced them off the team.
That's not
You
true.
don't know. That's not true. You
so
don't
they
know
were
nothing
acting
about
as
baseball.
king and queen of the team.
Of the queen, yes, of the entire team.
Tell them about
About the swimming
the
thing.
swimming.
There
The
was a
swimming thing. There's a
Yes.
swimming thing? Hang on. I thought we were doing baseball. Now
Exaggeration.
we're swimming. Okay.
She put herself in charge of this swimming excursion. She wouldn't allow us to help her
It's
at
called
any
leadership.
capacity. No,
You
it's
wouldn't
not.
do it,
It's called
Lindsay.
you're being
Somebody has to take
controlled.
over.
And
Okay.
she conveniently let out the two players that are not the best
That is not
players,
true.
and she forgot to invite them.
Wait. Miss Gonzalez. Let's not be malicious with children. They may not be talented. They may not be, they may not have everything it takes to be a professional baseball player, but that doesn't mean we exclude them from a team building activity.
The shirts,
That's
tell
a
them about
little
the
bit
shirts.
malicious.
Sure.
Your Honor, okay, first of all, I am not a mean girl, okay? The only mean
But tell
girl
them about
here
the shirts.
is Lindsay. Her and this little clique of moms, they sit on the bleachers, they drink wine out of their thermos, and all they do is laugh and pass judgment on the other moms. And yes,
not true.
I like to plan activities. I like everybody to feel like a
She's living with
family.
perfect.
Okay,
She
so
can't
why
do
do two
it.
children
She
stay?
can't do it.
Let me ask you,
I
why do these two children stay excluded? That makes no
they
sense.
weren't excluded.
Yes, they
I
were.
gave permission slips to all the children to give to their parents. If these two specific children didn't give it to their parents, that only speaks on their interest to be there. They didn't want to
Oh
be
my
there.
God,
didn't get
young
with the
children.
t-shirts.
Did you follow up with their mothers or their fathers?
I would follow up.
Oh, that's not true.
No response.
That's
They
not
didn't
true.
want to go
And then
swimming.
there was the
What is the big deal?
t-shirts.
They didn't
Then
want to
she
go
did it
swimming.
again.
Maybe they wanted to
So
do
there's
something
more?
else. What is the big deal?
You want to hear more? I'll tell you more. There was a thing with the T-shirts, and you forget how she decided to order. All the children were supposed to receive T-shirts with their names and their
And they
number
got them.
on them.
That was
Oh
a
no, they
mistake.
didn't, Miss Perfect.
So what happened?
So all of a sudden, conveniently, she forgot again.
Okay.
These kids were devastated. They were 8 years old, hysterically crying. They didn't even get their
They
T-shirts.
got T-shirts.
No, they didn't. They got a
Lindsay.
plain T-shirt.
They
That's
got
such a
their
shame
You
that-
remember
It was a
maybe not that
manufacturer,
day,
don't you?
but they
How do
got
you
their T-shirts.
conveniently
It might
forget
it was a
everything?
manufacturer error.
Unbelievable.
But tell them
Order in
about
the
calling
court.
parents.
Order in the court. It's super shameful that I'm listening to you guys bickering. All the while, the only ones getting affected here are your kids.
We were
blacklisted.
completely banned. It was very hard for me to get a job.
No one hired him
forced
because
us
his
to move.
personality is that of a doorknob. That's why no
They
one
did
hired
no.
him.
Or
That
Mrs.
doesn't
Moore,
make
not
sense.
our
really,
fault.
really.
They forced us
He's
to
not a
move.
nice
Let's
person.
not
Your Honor,
insult each other.
We have evidence.
We do have evidence.
We have
Order in my
evidence.
court. You're like children throwing sand in the sandbox. Stop. Am I going to have to put you there in
Sorry,
the
Your
middle
Honor.
to control these two? It's super shameful that I'm listening to you guys bickering. All the while, the only ones getting affected here are your kids. It's really a shame.
And
you
she
should be
called the
ashamed of
parents,
yourselves.
Your Honor, from the beginning, there was an understanding that my husband was being hired to take the team to a championship no matter what. If that means playing the best players, that's what we're going to do.
And buying an illegal bat?
I will call the parents and I will tell them, hey, you want your child to play. Maybe you should take your child to a different team that's not a championship team to get more play
So you're
time.
admitting
it
in Ms.
was only
Gonzalez.
a recommendation.
Oh,
are
only a
adjustments.
recommendation. Take your
for the
child
best
somewhere
interest
else.
of
Do you
the
think that's a
child.
recommendation? Like if I told you, oh, Delgado, why don't you?
No, it's like a tutor.
walk
Like when
somewhere
you
else?
want to get tutorship because you need special attention. That's all it is.
And you
They're
couldn't
tutoring.
give them special attention, Mr. Gonzalez.
Well,
you didn't
it
have
was
the time,
quite-
the energy, or the effort.
It was quite big to do as a coach and also to do as a parent and also to teach him to
babysitter.
swim. I mean,
A babysitter.
Babysitter, coach,
They won a championship without
tutor.
it.
That is
Dad.
a lie,
Okay, so-
lie.
Obviously, you are not
Activity
seeing
planner.
eye to eye the Gonzalez family and the Moore family, and you are asked to leave the team, is what I'm understanding, based on all these incidents that occurred. What happened after you were terminated or fired?
So ashamed. My son got bullied.
Okay, and I'm sorry that happened because no child should be bullied.
At some point, Your Honor, I was desperate because my son came home crying one day. Daddy, what is going on?
It was revenge to get back at us.
Definitely.
They moved them from second base to right outfield. Okay.
After we left,
We
the
did not
agenda was to
bully.
hurt
never
her.
bullied
Every
her
child
son.
deserves to play every role on the field.
And
okay?
he was
They're
put
8
in the
years old.
perfect, his son was actually put in the
wasn't
position that was perfect for him.
Yes.
We never bullied his son, to be honest with you.
Mr. Gonzalez, what else occurred?
It's so sad.
he
We
was
were
blacklisted.
completely banned. I mean, we were put on a what they call blacklist.
There's an actual
Okay.
blacklist.
There is a blacklist.
Okay.
on
Explain to me
sports.
about this
And,
blacklist.
well, you will not get a job. It was very hard for me to get a job.
We're talking about a coaching job, right?
Yes,
you wanted to
correct.
replace your coaching job with another coaching job and you weren't able to do it. This is where you were
I had to
blacklisted.
tell you
move to
why.
a different county
Yeah, we went.
because nobody would hire him.
No
That's
one
pretty
hired him
strange.
because
Forced
his
us to move.
personality is that of a doorknob. That's why no
They
one
did
hired
know.
him.
More.
That
Mrs.
doesn't make
Moore,
any sense.
really,
Our fault.
really.
They forced us
He's
to
not a
move.
nice
Let's
person.
not
Your
insult
Honor,
each
we
other.
have evidence.
We do have evidence.
We have
Order in my
evidence.
court, you're like children throwing sand in the sandbox. Stop. Am I going to have to put you there in
Sorry,
the
Your
middle
Honor.
to control these two?
It's
He
just
is
very
not-
I'm
desperate.
hearing
person.
evidence. Somebody finally said the magical word. What is the evidence that you want me to see?
I email where I was trying to get a job.
A coaching job.
Yes, correct. And they were defamating us, the defamation, basically. I believe the evidence is in court.
Okay, well, let's take a look at the evidence, and I hope that that's not going to be what I see, right, Bailiff? Hello, Mr. Gonzalez. Thank you for applying for the head coach position. After receiving a call from Mr. Sean Moore, we have decided not to proceed with your application. He informed us that during your time with the Ballpark Bandits, your ethical practices did not align with the team's values, and it would be a mistake to have you on our team. Thank you for your time.
I destroyed my life.
Mr. Moore, do you not believe that you have damaged Mr. Gonzalez and Mr. Gonzalez's reputation amongst his colleagues and the baseball world?
Your Honor,
You two are disgusting.
You are unbelievable bullies.
You are okay.
You
You're
two
a
are
cheater,
bullies.
to
You
be
guys
honest
are
with
the
you.
bullies.
I mean,
and
I did
you
make
are
the call.
disgusting.
Give me a
Order
break.
in my
You're not the
court.
saver
I've
of
given
the
you
city of
enough
the city,
time
okay?
to insult
Cut,
each
cut,
other.
Shame of
To
yourself.
You
act
should be
like
ashamed of yourself.
adolescents. This is not about you. This is about your children.
You're so correct.
They're the ones that are important.
You are the foul. Get off my stage.
Do you not believe that you have damaged Mr. Gonzalez and Mr. Gonzalez's reputation amongst colleagues and the baseball world?
Your Honor, I do have to admit that I did make the call.
Okay, now we're getting somewhere. So you admit you made a call
I made a call.
and you admit that you called Mr. Gonzalez unethical. Don't you
he's
think it would have
unethical.
been better to just say he wasn't a good fit? I have nothing else to say.
We had
Mr.
to let
Moore,
you go.
shame on you. Shame on you for making that phone call.
I'm sorry.
You are ruining Mr. Gonzalez's opportunity to coach other children who may benefit from his coaching style. Different people have different coaching styles. What's not to say there's some other team that's going to appreciate his
You're
coaching style.
disgusting is what you are.
No,
No,
we actually, yes.
You two are disgusting.
You are unbelievable bullies.
You are okay.
You
You're
two
a
are
cheater,
bullies.
to
You
be
guys
honest
are
with
the
you.
bullies.
I mean,
and
I did
you
make
are
the call. I
disgusting.
did make
No,
the call, but
okay,
just because you're a
coming out.
cheater, that's
You
all
were
right.
the one that didn't even let those kids. I'm toxic. You're about as toxic as the day is long.
And make calls.
Give me a
Order
break.
in my
You're not the
court.
savior.
I've
You're not
given
the
you
savior of
enough
the city,
time
okay?
to insult
Cut,
each
cut,
other.
Shame of yourself.
To
You
act
should be
like
ashamed of yourself.
adolescents, to act like the adolescents that you coach. This is not about you. This is about your children.
You're so correct,
They're
Mara.
the ones that are important. But your behavior, Mr. Gonzalez, wasn't any better than their behavior. If you're truly excluding children, if you're truly making children feel that they're not good enough, this is going to affect them. And not today. It's going to affect them for the rest of their lives. So be very careful how you handle a child who maybe isn't as talented. But you know what? Maybe the lesson you give him about trying to be better each time will help him not only now, it's going to help him for the rest of his life.
Thank you, Your
And that's a
Honor.
pretty big obligation you have on your shoulders. And I
you, Your
hope you
Honor.
take it seriously.
That's their word, though.
And you, Mr. Moore and Mrs. Moore, shame on you. There's no need to be insulting them, bullying their child, making sure he's changed out of a position. It sounds a little revengeful, not to mention calling somewhere else and saying that this man is unethical.
I'm sorry.
There's no way to undo that damage. It's like breaking a glass vase. How do you put the pieces back together? How do we repair his reputation? There's no way to do it. Since you're all acting like children, I am going to treat you like children. I am not going to give you, and I am not going to award you $15,000.
Yes.
No, no.
Your Honor.
I am not awarding you anything, and I'm not making you pay anything. However, this is what we're going to do. Those $15,000 that you so requested from this court, you're going to give me $7,500. You're going to give me $7,500, and we're going to put it together, and we're going to form a new league. And this league is going to be called Judge Mom, the Judge Mom League. And guess what? I'm going to go see the first game, and I'm going to be there, and I'm going to make sure that you four adults are acting like adults and not acting like children. Understood?
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now, because you continue to act like children, what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask you to hug and apologize for the behavior that you not only showed in my courtroom, but that you've shown in front of your children, whom you've given a horrible example to. So please, hug, let's get this over with, and let's move on for the sake of the children.
Thank you. I'm sorry.
I only try to do my best.
Everything's fine.
Thank you. This court has ruled.